Welcome back to Sports Unlimited. Joining us now is Fox 45 legal analyst Steve Allen. Steve, it's great to see you. Late today, we got some, kind of exciting news from the NFL labor front. There was a 24-hour extension between the players and the owners on the collective bargaining agreement, which should have expired tonight at midnight. Should we be excited about this news?
Well, it's a positive thing, and to some extent it was predicted. What it means is that the attitude in the room has changed. The union would have had to decertify today or before the termination of the agreement without the extension. If they had not decertified, they would have had to stay in existence for another 6 months. So this at least means that they're talking. Now, what has been decided or where they're going, I don't know. One could really expect there'll be another extension tomorrow. I think the draft is really the magic date by which they really want to have an agreement.
Decertification, to the layman watching tonight, what does that mean and what's the advantages of decertification to the union?
Well, by decertifying, the antitrust laws become active, and the league loses the benefit of being exempt from the antitrust laws because there's a collective bargaining agreement. At that point, if they do a lockout, the union can go for an injunction, or actually the players can. They could sue for damages. And based on what's been happening in the courts with the NFL could ultimately be charged with a lot of damages, might be required to reopen from the lockout, which otherwise would normally be in place in these types of situations, and let the players go back on the field.
Now, we hear that when they decertify, if they didn't decertify, the union would go to court and the judge would say, go negotiate some more. But by decertifying, the NFL's open to theoretically thousands of lawsuits from the players, right?
Well, the players have to decertify because they need that leverage of being able to say you're subject to the antitrust laws, you're impeding competition and our ability to work. And it would put the owners in a very difficult position because there could be an injunction, there could be damages. The owners could be forced, in fact, to open the doors without any sort of restraints for salary caps or things of that nature. So it's an absolute central part of this negotiating posture.
The NFL is so all-powerful these days, the highest-rated programs of all time. I think we had 3 of them this past year. It seems to me that they're too smart to let this happen. Are they?
Well, one would think that they are smart businessmen and that they don't want this to happen because they understand the downside risk by forcing the union to decertify. And I think that today, by extending it for 24 hours, they've acknowledged they don't want to encumber that risk if they can avoid it. But don't think tomorrow there's going to be a deal. There could be another extension. There could still be a decertification.
So they can extend as long as they want?
They can extend it as long as they agree to extend.
Excellent. Steve Allen, thanks very much.
My pleasure.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Sports Unlimited. Stay tuned for the late edition with Jeff Barn and Jennifer Gilbert, and it starts right now.